Verified Amazon reviews, the essential lifeblood for any Amazon product. Now, in this video, I'm about to show you step by step how to reverse engineer your top competitors, and I'm going to show you some creative ways that sellers with over 1,000 verified reviews, how exactly their process is of acquiring that many reviews. I'm about to reverse engineer some things you probably have never seen before. So trust me, you're not going to want to miss this training. Strap yourself in and let's get into the Amazon verified review training now. All right, so here's the actual product. As you can see, it says get your next one free. Just text M3 team at 44222. Now this is pretty creative. I mean, let's be honest here. This is pretty creative. We're about to go over the actual product listing on Amazon and also what the email looks like. But I just wanted to quickly show you what we just received on the product. And now let's go ahead and reverse engineer how they're actually getting reviews. And this is why it's so important. And I'm always saying buy your top competitors' products, because it will allow you to do quite a few things. It will allow you to look at their review sequences, what the verbiage is in those review sequences, how many they're sending, and what the subject lines are. And if they're adding, more value, PDFs, free products, whatever it is, it will allow you to see exactly what your top competitors are doing. That way you can have a competitive advantage without having to do any of the guesswork. If they're already, one of the top players in your niche, odds are they're doing something right, or something that's working, I should say. So if they're doing something that's working, it's much easier to piggyback on your top competitors, reverse engineer what they're doing. That way your products have a strong chance right out the gate, to get those reviews up as quickly as possible. So now let's actually look at what happens when we actually texted this message here. So let's go ahead and play this. Okay, so I just sent them a text, put my email there. All right, so once I sent the text, boom. Thank you for opting in. Reply with stop at any time to unsubscribe from these messages. For assistance, text help. Now, I'm sure there's going to be some spam to go with this. Maybe, once every week, they're going to send me some sort of a coupon code or something to that nature. So I'm probably going to hit stop immediately right after this. I just wanted to show you, look at how creative the top competitors on Amazon are. Look at the resources they're using. Now let's actually look at the listing on Amazon and compare it to the other listings, and let's also read the email that's associated with this text after we just opted in. So let's go ahead and do that now. So let's actually take a look at the product itself. So my girlfriend loves the Himalayan salt scrub, so this is what we went ahead and got recently, and we got this one right here. And just take a look at this real quick, right? Look at how many reviews this company has relative to everybody else, right? I mean, they're just making everyone look like dwarfs in comparison with the amount of reviews that they have. So let's actually reverse engineer this listing, okay? Well, first things first, they're part of the Subscribe and Save program, which is incredibly important for that recurring revenue as an Amazon product. And when you're part of the Subscribe and Save little feature that they have here, you're also getting additional sales velocity. So think of it as compounding sales velocity. As time goes on and you have more and more customers subscribing to your product, again, you do have to have an incredibly high quality product, right? Meet the customer's needs, be differentiated. Once those subscribe and saves start to kick in, it's still counting as additional sales velocity, which helps you stay ranked longer. And yeah, as you can see the listing, I mean, it's fully optimized, right? Their title looks great. The images are professional. They even have a product video. And I just wanted to just show you the reviews that they have in order for you to see this entire lesson that we're kind of reviewing on how to get more verified reviews, okay? All right, so now that we've actually reviewed the product, you can see it. They have over 1,200 reviews. Now let's go ahead and jump into the email sequences that they're sending us now that we've opted in via text. All right, so let's now review the email. So right away, the subject line says, complimentary M3 product. Cool, got it. You have to have the subject line matching what you're saying. You can't just say promo or something like that. You actually have to include what it is that they're getting in the subject line, so that way they open the actual email. So that's really important that they did that. All right. So now let's look at the email they just sent us. So it says complimentary M3 product. Thank you for your interest. And right away I can see that this very first part is going to be that value proposition. So as you can see, they're doing it right. Value first. So thanks for your interest. To claim your complimentary M3 product, please reply to this email with the following: your Amazon order, the M3 product that you ordered, and share your experience. So that's actually where they're asking for the review right there. You can share your experience here. Notice they don't have any five-star images anywhere, like graphics. They're not saying if you loved it, leave us a review. They're just saying simply share your experience here, which to me the verbiage is good because it's very vague and they're having you share the experience. So if you've already shared your experience, please send us the link, as we would love to read it. This is copywriting at its best. So what they're actually doing here is they're including the word love in all caps, right? So they're getting very creative in how they're asking for reviews, but again, it's still very general, but you can see the creativity there. And so you can learn a lot from your top competitors by simply reading their email sequences, right? Sharing your experience helps us grow and provide our valued customers great deals. Awesome. Value, value, value. And here's another important piece of the email that I think a lot of Amazon sellers overlook, and that is the actual customer service piece. So here is section 2 where they're reviewing the customer service piece. If anything went wrong at all, please let us know beforehand so we can have the opportunity to fix it. What are they doing here? Well, it's one thing to get, verified reviews. Obviously, 4 or 5 stars are the best. But what they're actually doing is they're limiting the amount of negative reviews that they get. So if a customer is unhappy, part of sustaining, your dominance on Amazon is not only getting, a ton of good 5-star verified reviews, but also mitigating the 1 and 2-star reviews. So if a customer has a poor experience with your product and it's not easy for them to get a hold of you, if they have to go to Amazon, contact seller, odds are they're not going to do that. They're just going to leave you a negative review. So this is absolutely crucial for you to understand that not only do you need to provide value first when you're asking for a review, but you also want to have a customer service piece in place in your email, so that way if a customer does have an issue, they don't resort right away to leaving you a negative review. If you can help them with whatever their issue is, odds are you can convert a potentially negative review to a positive review, right? It's an easy customer service piece that I think a lot of sellers overlook. And they're doing it beautifully, right? The very beginning is value. The very second piece is customer service, which is also value. So your satisfaction is our driving mission. Thank you so much for your interest, and we truly look forward to hearing from you soon. The M3 Naturals team, and then of course they just have a PS. Our promotions team is authorized to send 1 free bottle if you're a paying customer and you have the product for a minimum of 5 days. Your feedback is vital to us, and we want to ensure you have had enough time to use it and like the product. So there's something else for you, right? The next day that a customer gets the product, they're not saying, hey, leave me a review. They, in their verbiage, are saying, we want to give you enough time to use it. So no rush, essentially. And I think customers appreciate that. I mean, if they have over 1,200 reviews, they're doing something right. You can learn easily from the top sellers without having to pay thousands of dollars in copywriting, without having to, potentially waste a ton of time in experimenting with subject lines and experimenting with copy without doing any of that. You can just piggyback on what is already working and make your life so much easier. I'm telling you, they're doing it right, obviously. And part of making your life easier, and another powerful thing when you're doing this is you can actually see how many emails your top competitors are sending. So if are they sending 1, 2, 3? This removes any guesswork. And so if you can remove guesswork completely when you're asking for reviews, you'll increase you'll give your product the absolute strongest position to acquire the highest conversions for reviews, right? So instead of having a 1% review rate, maybe just by copying your top competitors on Amazon, you can bump that all the way up to 5%. And if you want to be really creative, you can model something similar to what this company is doing, right? Over 1,200 reviews, they are doing something right, people. And I think this is so creative that they're doing it this way because it's value, value, value. It's not, think about it this way. A customer just paid you money. Do you really think that a few days after using your product, if you don't provide them with some value, that they're going to be inclined to leave you a review? You're essentially just like, gimme, 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 right? So before you ask for a review, it's so important that you show the customer appreciation and you offer them value, because they'll reciprocate that, and odds are it'll increase the chances of them leaving you a review. And again, it doesn't get any better than this if you want to model what some of the top sellers are doing. So as you can see, sellers are pretty creative when trying to harness verified reviews. Now, hopefully this training will act as a stepping stone for you to allow you to think outside the box, because remember, when you're asking for reviews on Amazon, you always want to lead with value, right? There always needs to be value first whenever you're going to ask for anything. They've already paid you money for your product. So if you just go straight into asking for something else, you're just ask like, gimme, gimme, gimme. So instead of doing that, right, they've already paid for your product. Why don't you lead with value first? And in this case, this particular seller, they're actually giving away a product for free. And if you looked at the verbiage, it looked pretty general to me, but this is just to show you the creative avenues, if you will, that sellers are using to leverage an increase in verified reviews in a competitive Amazon marketplace. So hopefully you can take a lot of notes from this training and apply something similar to your business. That way you can see exponential growth in your verified reviews, right? Because that's what you want. You want to increase your verified reviews. That will increase your social proof and ultimately increase your conversions, and so on and so on, okay? Now, if you want to learn how to rank products using Amazon PPC, this is a question I've been getting asked a lot, all right? So I'm about to show you a process. If you check out this next video, how you can launch products exclusively using Amazon PPC and how to find the best keywords to do so, all right? And if you haven't already, please join my private group. We would love to have you. We're a very close-knit tribe, and it is a private group, so you do have to answer a couple questions, but again, we would love to have you. I'll see you guys on the next video.